My hair is big and floofy today. Big and bold and sassy. I feel like I'm very fall ready today. It's been a September. Hey guys, it's Jen and it's time for favorites. But before we hop into favorites, I just want to do a little bit of a life update. Our family has gone through so many changes this last couple of months. Actually, we've been preparing to move, which is the first time we've moved in 5 years. I've had both my babies in this house. It's a lot of big life changes, so it's been really stressful. I've been going through just a lot of emotions regarding it. You know, some that are happy to move to the next chapter, but also some that are honestly really sad. We transformed this place and I really want to bring you guys on that journey with us. So I'd like to do a little bit more content going forward, doing like, you know, home interior stuff, maybe more room tours or house tours. So if you guys want to see that, let me know down in the comments and give this video a thumbs up so that I know if you guys even want to see it. I always get a little bit scared departing too far from like beauty content, but just in general, if there are certain kind of videos that you want to see or certain videos that I used to do that you want to see more of, if you want to see more makeup tutorials, hair content, skincare, or fashion, home interiors, let me know what you'd like to see. I really want to do, honestly, a whole channel refresh because it's kind of been this like really transformative chapter of my life. So let me know that. Otherwise, I want to go ahead and get into the makeup. I know this is what you guys are here for. I'm always here for it. So I'm gonna go ahead and get started. First, I wanted to talk about a new makeup palette that I got. You might have seen that I picked this up in my Sephora haul video, and I have to say I am super in love with this palette. I have been obsessed with just about every single Anastasia Beverly Hills eyeshadow palette that I've ever purchased. This is the Anastasia Jackie Aina collaboration. So this is actually a influencer collab palette. And I was actually thinking it might be really fun to do a full face makeup tutorial using just YouTuber makeup. So if you guys want to see that, let me know. This palette versus some of my palettes I've been into lately, which are just a complete palette of neutrals, I really was inspired by this one because it has so many extra colors. But the colors that it has are colors that in my past have always been not as scary to test out. I feel like especially if you're sort of similar to my skin tone, sort of like a medium, maybe have yellow undertones, I feel like green and purple are the easiest colors to pull off where it doesn't look like so not neutral. You know, it's still really flattering on the skin and it can pass as being like daytime makeup versus just like I'm trying crazy clown colors all over my face, but you still get that pop of color. So I really enjoy that this is a very neutral base but has some red tones, some purples, and one of my favorite colors, which is this really beautiful greenish brownish duochrome shade. I always love shades like this because even if you just use the one eyeshadow, it has that built-in dimension, so it makes it look like you put in way more work than you actually did, which in my book is like always fantastic. Anything where you can do less work but it looks like more work is absolutely amazing. I wanted to just point out a couple of shades that are my favorite. Today I'm wearing Edges and Credit. So this was sort of my regular contour shade, but then I did a little bit more of the dark contour tones with Credit right here. And then I also really love Ginger as my transitional blending shade. It has like some nice yellowy colors in it that looks really pretty if you're just like transitioning from a really dark shade to a really light shade, and that goes for anywhere on the eye. Lately I've been loving Trust Issues. I don't know if you can see it as nicely on the camera, but it's this beautiful pale golden shade and it just looks so pretty if you put it right here on your inner corners or just do it in the middle of the eyelids just to give a little extra pop. My one downfall, and this isn't specific to this palette but more just eyeshadows in general, and let me know if you guys have the same kind of experience, but I always find that a lot of purple tones on my skin, they really get really dull over time, and I'm not really sure why that's the case, but I feel like that is true for this palette as well as every palette ever that has a purple. Purples hate me. I love you, purple, but they just hate me. But this one has a couple. So I haven't been using the purples as much as I would like just because I always wish there was an eyeshadow that just like you know, looks purple even 2 hours after I wear it, whereas most purples get a little dull, a little grayish, a little just like less vibrant. It loses the really pretty purple tone, but otherwise I think I've used every single shade. Just really have used the purples the least, but otherwise everything has been really well used, well loved, and I've been using this one almost every single day this month. Next, I wanted to share an eyelash brand which I'm actually very excited about. These are Tina Yong's brand of eyelashes. She has her own brand of false eyelashes, and she has one line of her brand that's specifically made for monolidded girls. I've tried out one of them from the monolid line, one of them from the regular line. I do feel like most of the ones from the regular line are a little bit too long on my eyes. The ones I'm wearing today are actually the shortest of the long ones that I feel like they look very dramatic for my typical taste. But the ones that are in the monolid line, I feel like they work for me on an everyday basis. Like maybe the monolid ones aren't my go-to to go to like a nice event or when I really want to have like a more dramatic smoky eye. But when it comes to day to day, I think these are just the perfect length, the perfect size, really nice volume. And I like that although they're cruelty free, they look very wispy, very natural, like actual hair fibers. It doesn't look plasticky whatsoever. So Tina, good job on your lashes. She sent me a few different styles, but I really like that they have this 3D layered kind of look, because I do feel like that looks much more natural than the lashes that I used to just chop up and Frankenstein together. So I've really been enjoying them in all of the different styles. I'm really proud of her for making these. I'll link it down below if you guys are interested. It's called Petite Cosmetics. The one I'm holding is Romantic, which I really love because it has a lot of volume even though the lashes are short. I'll have to look up the ones that I'm wearing right now because I don't remember the name off the top of my head, but I feel like it looks very big and fluffy, has a lot of volume, and has really pretty fibers. Next, I wanted to talk about the bronzer that I have been using basically non-stop. I don't know if this would knock my Marc Jacobs Omega bronzer, which is just my absolute favorite of all time. I don't know if it's gonna knock it off the very top position, but I think this is like my second favorite bronzer. The Omega I put in my big makeup dresser. So this one is just the one that I've been keeping on top of my vanity using every single day because I wanted to really give it a fair chance. And I really love the color, the texture. I've really been enjoying this. I've also been using the blushes from the same line. This is the Bareminerals Bounce and Blur. Blurred Buff is the shade. Technically, they said this one is a blush as well. Honestly, it's a bronzer shade. I really love how this color looks on me. It looks very natural. I used it today for my contour on my face, all around my face here, and it just looks really good on my skin tone. Even though it looks pretty pigmented in the jar, I feel like when I apply it, it just kind of leaves this really soft edged look versus some of my other powders where when I put it on, you really get that streak. And I think it's because of the texture. This is very similar, I would say, to those Clinique cheek pops that I was super obsessed with a couple years ago. It has almost like a fluffy texture to it, almost like a cream, but when it's on, it dries down to a powder. It's not an actual cream product, it's almost like a hybrid. And I think I just really love blushes with that kind of formula because it melts into your skin and looks so natural. Myself, personally, I don't love using cream blushes because I am very acnegenic. I am very prone to having breakouts on my cheeks. Anything that has more of like a cream or oil base, I do get very suspicious of because I don't want it to clog my pores. But maybe these are okay because they're not an actual cream product. It still gives that really soft, melted in kind of look. So I've been very obsessed with it. If you guys haven't tried out the Clinique cheek pops, those are also really stunning as well, but this is like the same texture. Anyway, I've been loving this one, loving the color. Definitely think you guys should check this out if you're looking for a new bronzer. The next product I wanted to talk about, I'm not sure, have I talked about this one before? I might have. This is a product from one of my Pixi collaborators. This is from Maryam Maquillage. She has this in a day and night lip kit. I think this might be the daytime version. It comes with this liquid shimmery eyeshadow plus a liquid lipstick as well as like a pack that you buy together. And I believe this one you can also buy at Target. So It's really easily available for everyone. I just love the color of this liquid eyeshadow. It gives the most pretty pinkish gold shift kind of glitter on your eyelids, and I actually find that this I can pull off during the day. Obviously I like wearing it when I really want a big impact on my eyes. I'm wearing it on my eyes today, but if I just add a little bit to the inner tear duct area on a neutral day look, just adds a little bit of sparkle. That's not too much. I can also just kind of tap a little bit onto the center of my eyelids and wear it that way, but I've been grabbing for it so much because it makes glitter eyes so easy, and like I said, I just really love the color. It definitely has this like duochrome shift, which as I said before is one of my favorite things ever. I think Maryam did an amazing job putting this product together. The color is so pretty. And then finally, my last product is my bougie product. I'm gonna have to see where exactly you can buy this in the United States, because I did buy this while I was traveling to Sweden. We did a layover in London and there was a little pop-up for Gucci Beauty, but not fragrance, it was the actual makeup. And I haven't really gone out of my way to like use or try or find the actual makeup line that Gucci did, but this stall just had a few different lipsticks to choose from. I thought the packaging was so like vintagey and gold and pretty. It reminds me of like makeup from the 50s, just the metal kind of feeling. It has a nice weight to it, and I just thought it was such a beautiful little bullet. This one says Gucci on the front of the lipstick, and this formula, I think they had 3 different formulas of lipsticks at the kiosk that I saw. This is sort of the middle one. There's one that's like basically a lip balmy one. There's one that's full opaque, and then this one is in the middle where I would say it has more of a tinted effect, more than I would expect. But I would almost say this is like a lip tint, and I would guess that it has more of like a silicone base because it does feel very soft. I wouldn't necessarily say it's super wet or super hydrating. It has more of a matte finish, but it gives that sort of tinted look to your lips. But you still get a pretty good color payoff, just not like full paint-like opacity. The shade that I picked up is 3 Wise Girls, and it's shade number 401. It's a reddish hue, and I found that when I use this, it goes on with this pinky tint, but it does get a little bit of a stained effect. Some lipsticks have that chemistry where once you put it on, it like changes to the heat level and chemicals on your own lips, and it gets a little more pink or a little more red. It has that kind of effect. So it does change over time. So if you do pick up this line of Gucci lipsticks, the one that has like the floral outside packaging, I would say expect it to look a little bit different 5 or 10 minutes after you apply it. So apply it, put it on for a few minutes, see what it looks like before you choose exactly what color you're going to take home, because it does change the shade depending on you. This lipstick in general gives more of that blurry kind of look. So if you're going for that, then this is a great way to wear a little pop of color, but that's very wearable on an everyday basis no matter what makeup you're wearing for the day. So I guess that is all of my products for this month. I really hope you guys enjoyed watching, and like I said at the beginning of this video, please let me know what your favorite kind of videos are to watch, and if you want to see more home stuff, because that's like what's really inspiring me lately. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for subscribing and following. I hope you guys have an amazing October. I know a lot of people are super excited because of Halloween and all of that, and I am too. I will see you guys in my next video. Bye!